Today we're going to be talking about these 5 products. They're the newest skincare drops, and for this video, of course, I have found you some dupes for each single one of them, because we're all about saving our money where it should be saved and spending it where we feel like it should be spent. Some of them have been around for 1 to 2 months, so I've been testing them out. Other ones, like the Then I Met You sunscreen, has just come out like today as I'm filming it. Grab your drink, subscribe, share with your friends if you love skincare and skincare dupes, and let's just get into it. All right, let's first start off with this guy. This is the Glow Recipe Strawberry BHA Pore Smooth Blur Drops. This is $32, and what it is a serum slash primer where the ingredients are intended to help smooth over and blur over our pores and kind of mattify the skin. So I've been using this for a while now because it's been out for a couple of months already. Gonna show you what this little baby looks like on half my face, and then on the other side I'll just put another serum. So it's actually really liquidy, really smooth, fluid. You wouldn't think it's mattifying, but just wait. On the other side, oh my god, where did that go? Fan it out a bit. It's an all-in-one pore minimizing and mattifying serum, and it uses the ingredients of tapioca and rice powders to kind of form that mattifying blur and filter on the face. So when I use it as my serum, what I found is that you put it on and then you give it about like 30 seconds to a minute to settle in, and it really does just settle down completely and leaves my skin with that kind of soft touch feel. This side is the one with the normal serum, and then this side is the mattified. And you might not be able to see it on camera, but this side even feels like drier. And so it just sets a more mattified base. I think for people with drier skin types, I'm not sure how you would enjoy this because it really isn't the most hydrating. So definitely for combination oily girls. For $32, I would say it's actually quite expensive. Now for the dupes. So there really isn't anything that I could think of where it's a primer with a lot of skincare ingredients. So this is pretty unique, but after racking my brain, there is one product. It's the Paula's Choice Shine Stopper Instant Matte. I used to use ages ago and I really enjoyed it. That one is only a little bit cheaper, so I wouldn't say it's like a dupe, but that one has a micro sponge technology that I remember I would just dab over my T-zone and it just absorbed the oils. The Paula's Choice does have silicons and dimethicone. This one, as it says, is silicone free. This is kind of like an aesthetic version of the Paula's Choice. Then guys, don't mind the mess. If you want a primer that's more like a pore filling effect, I love this NYX one. It's the Studio Perfect Photo Loving Primer, and it's just got that really nice like silicone-y, smooth, soft focus effect, and then your makeup just really sits nicely primer. It doesn't really have any of the skincare benefits. So yeah. I also have something super exciting to show you, which is not even out yet, but Glow Recipe has a new Plump Balm. It's so hydrating and it actually lasts for a really long time. It's like a lip sleeping mask, but without feeling super heavy, and it smells just slightly sweet. Love it. Next, let's talk about this baby. This is the Then I Met You Essence Light Sunscreen. Literally just came out today. If you guys are new to this channel, I have loved Then I Met You products for a really long time, especially my holy grail, which is their cleansing balm, Chef's Kiss. So this is their latest edition. It's a chemical sunscreen that combines hyaluronic acid with ceramide, and it's got fermented sake extract, which is the Galactomyces ferment filtrate. So that's the ingredient that SK2 uses, as well as vitamin B. And because it's chemical, it's completely invisible. We are going to play tennis today. So this is the Essence Light Sunscreen. 2, dink, 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 dink. So the thing with this sunscreen is that even though it's invisible, when you put it on at first, hi Thomas, is that when you first put it on, it looks to be quite like whitening, but
when you start blending it in, it disappears.
It really just gives the skin that lit from within glow that we kind of expect Korean sunscreens at this point to be able to offer.
It kind of like blends in really nicely. I don't know what it is about it. It's probably just the filters, but it's beautiful on the skin. We have our tennis rackets!
But I will say, if you are oily like me, especially in the summer as it gets hotter, you will need to pat it down. Like that type of glow is good when you put it on, but in about 30 minutes to 1 hour, it's like not cute outside. Wait, did you sunscreen?
No.
Quick!
So you have to do 2 fingers.
This is not what I signed up for.
And don't get it around your eye, otherwise you will be crying all day again. Spread it on your face like...
What?
No, just like put it around the face to start spreading. Oh my god. Have I not taught you anything? Now spread. Softer. That's right. Don't scrunch up your face.
The only downside is that it is $36. So for what it gives you, which is 1.69 fluid ounce of 50 mils, if you're comparing it to the world of Korean sunscreens, that's quite expensive because a lot of the ones that we love are kind of like around the $20 mark.
You have stuff.
Where?
Here. It's also in your hair. It's in your scalp. So anyways.
So for the dupes, I have a few. I don't know why I just blanked out. But the first one that I have been loving so much, it's also a new launch, is the Haruharu Wonder Black Rice Moisture Airy Fit Daily Sunscreen. So this has the same amount of protection. It even has one more plus to the PA. So they're both broad spectrum, they're both chemical sunscreens. And this one I feel like is so beautiful. It is in a pump form as well, which kind of keeps the integrity of the formula a little bit better because the air isn't able to come into it. It's a beautiful, lightweight, non-sticky, invisible sunscreen as well. And it's got the black rice that Haruharu is known for. And on top of that, this also has ceramides as well as niacinamide.
It's like velvety. It's not as glowy, but there's just enough. And it kind of looks more skin-like and satin versus your like super glowy and liquidy sunscreens.
And this guy, guess what? You can get it for $10. This also comes in a mineral form in exactly the same like ingredient, but with mineral filters if you have sensitive skin. And then we of course have the beauty of Joseon. This is the rice and probiotics, also with SPF 50 broad spectrum. This one I would say is even more of that essence consistency than this one is, because actually this is much lighter than the Then I Met You. The Then I Met You has more of that like moisturizing quality. Even though it's still really lightweight, it's still slightly thicker than this because this is so lightweight. And then the Haruharu sits comfortably in between the two. So I think if you're going for super lightweight but glowy, it's the Beauty of Joseon. This one is about $18 on Amazon or the Beauty of Joseon website. If you want something that's like not too light, not too thin, and just like healthy skin, Haruharu. If you're looking for something that's like really dewy, glowy, lit from within, then I would say this one. And there's also the Innisfree, you know, this guy is $16. You can get it anywhere. And then there's also the Kravebeauty one, which I don't have here with me. The Beat the Sun reformulated is $20. So it's really hard to compete in the Korean sunscreen game, you know what I mean? Because there is so many options and they're all just as good and they're all barrier friendly. They're all soothing and calming. They're just slightly different in texture but gives you such a healthy glow. So those are the dupes for the Then I Met You. Next up, we have Farmacy. I haven't talked about Farmacy for a while now. This is their latest release. They also have a new lip balm. This is their Brighten Up 3% TXA dark spot toner with azelaic acid and PHA. And this guy is $34. What's cool about this is that this is alcohol free, which is something that Farmacy does quite a lot of, which just means it's really great for sensitive skin who want to tackle hyperpigmentation, dark spots, acne marks, what have you. So what this has is the TXA is tranexamic acid, and then it's also got the azelaic and PHA. And PHA is considered like a cousin to your AHA and BHAs because it does the same job of being able to exfoliate the skin, help to resurface, but it's so gentle. The consistency is not your average like watery toner. There is a little bit of goop and viscosity to it.
We're going to go in with this guy, and I just want you to see how goopalicious it is. It's actually really hydrating, and then it's like kinda tacky, so I like to just dry it out a little bit. This also might be because it's alcohol free, and it's normally the alcohols that make a formula kind of like dry out to become this no touch kind of feeling. Tasted it, it's actually a little bit sour. And I think that's because it's got the tangerine.
And you guys know how much I love tranexamic acid. It's so gentle. Azelaic, I love it for my acne prone skin. I love it for my hyperpigmentation and just evening out my skin tone. So the fact that it's got both of them in pretty decent amounts does the job of being an everyday slow brightening toner. So if you're sensitive and if you have hyperpigmentation, I think this is definitely one that you'll like, especially if you have dry, dehydrated skin. In the comments I read, there was kind of like mixed reviews. It didn't work for everyone, but you know, that's like with all skincare. So for dupes, the good news is that there are a lot of products that now formulate with either tranexamic acid or azelaic. So the first ones that came to mind was, let's start with this. This is the Minimalist 3% tranexamic acid serum. This also contains mandelic acid, one of my favorite acids, honestly, especially if you have a combination T-zone or you have oily skin and you want to even out that oil production. Mandelic acid really can help with that. Minimalist is kind of like very similar to the Ordinary's approach. Then we have the Peach Slices Redness Relief Azelaic Acid Serum. This has 10% azelaic acid, and if you guys don't know, Peach Slices is like the little sister brand of Peach and Lily. This one, if you want a serum alternative, and if redness is actually something that you're more looking towards helping, then this will probably be a better pick because the azelaic acid is really able to help with things like rosacea and redness, inflammation, and just calming that skin down. It's also silicone-free, fragrance-free. Everything about the Peach Slice and Peach and Lily brands are all about for sensitive skin. So I personally love this one. It is so smooth, it's so glowy. Then the next two dupes are from Naturium. So Naturium has a 10% azelaic acid serum, and they also have a 5% tranexamic acid serum. So just depending on what it is you want, I would say, once again, if redness is what you want, try azelaic. If hyperpigmentation, acne, dark spots, and evening out skin tone is something that you want, then try tranexamic. I especially love the azelaic acid emulsion. So all of those are more affordable than the Farmacy, and they're all around the $10 to $20 mark if you're looking for something that does very similar things. Alrighty, next is this guy. So this is the Tatcha The Silk Serum. I'm not sure when this was actually released, but it was in the Sephora news section. That's where I saw it and was introduced to it. So it's really interesting. This is marketed as a retinol alternative serum to help with fine lines, wrinkles, and overall brightening. So when I looked into the ingredients, their retinol alternative comes in the form of two ingredients, sea fennel and upcycled cranberry extract. And then on top of that, it's got a silk protein. So I'm assuming the sea fennel is similar to your like algae. It's a marine ingredient, so it's really great for hydrating the skin. I've never actually heard of upcycled cranberry, so I can't really speak too much about that. And then the silk protein is super interesting. But apart from that, there isn't anything in my mind that is like an active ingredient that's really there and clinically proven to be able to help with fine lines and wrinkles.
Next up, Tatcha. This one's really interesting because if you look closely at the formula, it's got a little bit of like iridescence to the white formula. I don't know exactly why that is in there, and you can't see it. It's not like sparkles on your face, but I'm assuming it gives it almost like an illuminating effect on the skin.
It seems more like ingredients that are able to inject your skin with long-lasting hydration so that it plumps the skin. And it's not completely wrong because just by being hydrated, your skin is fighting aging, right? That and sunscreen. So that is true, but it's just not in the way that your retinoids and vitamin C's are really able to plump and help produce collagen.
Not going to lie, I really enjoy the way this applies and the way that it feels on my skin. And it's got a little bit of that quintessential Tatcha smell.
So just to recap on the benefits of retinol, it works twofold. The short term is that it can really help with acne because it helps to regulate your sebum, it helps to minimize pores. So people with acne prone skin can really reap the benefits of using retinol products for their acne. Then if you use it long term, that's when the fine lines and wrinkle benefits start to come in. But you have to use it consistently for at least like 4 to 6 months to start seeing the benefits. But that is a long-term game.
And I definitely wouldn't say it's like a retinol alternative. I think it's just more hydrating, illuminating, glowy, and it really does give you that lit from within look.
So if you're thinking of getting a product that is able to do what a retinol does and putting your hopes on this, I think this is a little bit of a stretch. I have some dupes for you if you actually are looking for retinol alternatives. First, you might not have even heard of this brand. It's the P.Calm Light Active Toner. This is one of my recent favorites. And the reason why I put it in as a dupe is because it's got a very similar milky consistency. But because it is a toner, it's just slightly more lightweight. And the whole brand was created for sensitive skin, especially people who face acne marks and hyperpigmentation. I love using it. And it's got 2 patented ingredients. So it helps with hydration, it helps with evening skin tone, it helps with texture and all of that. And this is actually what I feel like is a dupe of the Tatcha, because the Tatcha I wouldn't say is like a retinol alternative. Then if you're actually looking for gentle retinol alternatives, I got you. First is this new brand that I've been trying out. It's called Current State. Their packaging is so cute. They have a retinol and marula renewing serum for $22, and I've been enjoying using this one.
And then another dupe is actually this guy, the Innisfree Retinol Seeker, and it's got hyaluronic acid. It's actually got this liposomology technology for slow release of the scintilla asiatica, which like helps with sensitive skin and slow release, and then obviously the retinol. Beautiful lightweight texture. Oh my god, it's like so watery. And this one's also really great for helping with acne.
Then if you want gentle retinol products in a cream form, there's a Good Molecules Gentle Retinol Cream. That one is $8. You can get it at Ulta. I love it as well. I gave it to my sister for her acne. So as much as I do enjoy using this, I think it'd be really great as something to gift or to treat yourself if you have dry, dehydrated skin and you love Tatcha. All right, next is this guy. So this is the Caudalie Brightening Eye Cream. We just got it a couple weeks ago, but you guys know Ro and I love Caudalie. It is so gentle. And one of my favorite serums is from the same Vinoperfect line, which is this one, the Radiance Serum Complexion Correcting Serum. So I've gone through like so many of these. So in here is the viniferin as well as caffeine and niacinamide. So those are the ingredients that make it brightening. So the viniferin is all the potent actives of the grape itself that only Caudalie has been able to really utilize, extract, and put into their formula.
I really love the Caudalie applicators because on one end you have the little spout that it comes out of, and then the other end is the doe foot that you apply it with. So what you do is you only need about 2 of them, and then you just kind of massage it all around.
So you might be asking, what do you guys think about eye cream now? Well, we still think it's not completely essential, but some people need an eye cream. So for example, Ro has really dry skin. So for her, the skin around her eyes really does get so dry. It wrinkles up because dryness is her concern, right? And we only just continue to get drier as we age because our estrogen also decreases, and estrogen is linked to how much hydration that our bodies naturally produce.
It's nice and cooling, so if you have puffy eyes, You'll also really enjoy this type of applicator. And then what I learned from the Caudalie facialist, the estheticians, is that the area around our mouth, you can also spread the eye cream around here because the lips start to show signs of aging alongside our eyes. So you can also run the eye cream along like this.
This one is $55, so I found some alternatives for you that can do very similar things to this Caudalie one. The Dr. Ceuracle, it's got the propolis and it's a lightweight gel consistency that comes with a little gold metal applicator. It does what an eye cream does. It like hydrates under the eye. It doesn't have any active ingredients, but it's there for hydration, which is what this is doing. Then there is the Haruharu. This is their black rice bakuchiol eye cream, and I love this one because it's got the retinol alternative ingredient, which is the bakuchiol, and it's also got a little bit of cica in this pump form. The Haruharu is the closest to the Caudalie consistency, where it's a little bit milky but super lightweight and fast absorbing and does just enough to plump up that area. Then I would actually say, if you're gonna use an eye cream for fine lines, this guy. The Beauty of Joseon Revive Eye Serum, Ginseng and Retinol. So the fact that it has 2% of the retinol liposome, which is, you know, just encapsulation, so there's a slow release and delivery process, makes it really gentle, but it is also giving you that like active ingredient to help with fine lines and wrinkles. And this guy is only $13 on our shop. These ones are really great as an everyday eye cream for plumping, hydrating, and brightening. If you have dark eye circles is an internal kind of thing that you want to figure out. Maybe it's from dehydration, maybe it's from lack of sleep, maybe it's from your diet, maybe it's like, you know, imbalance of nutrients. So that's more of like a holistic thing, because if you can see dark circles, that's actually the blood vessel dilation that you can see under the thin skin under the eyes. When they say brightening, it really means if you have hyperpigmentation, freckles, or anything like that under the eye. That's when these brightening eye creams can really help. So let's bring them all back, guys. That is the video. I hope you guys found this helpful. Let me know what other products are new out there. Keep me in the loop if you want me to review and if you guys need some more dupes or suggestions. But remember, guys, skincare is supposed to be fun, and it really is helping us externally, you know, hydrating our skin, but we also really need to concentrate on what we're feeding ourselves, feeding our brain, what we're consuming. So just make sure you're taking care of yourself in all aspects. We actually have a podcast. Ro and I talk about life and how that relates to skin. It's called It's Within, so please join us there. Please like and subscribe if you found this helpful, and share it with your friends and family that you think really need to start taking care of themselves. And I'll see you really soon. Bye.